Almost every single person in this world living their life in the fear of failure every moment. In school, fear of getting good grades, and in college, fear of getting into a good company. And after marriage, there is a fear of failing as a good wife or a good husband, and this is like a cycle, it has no end. First, you worry about yourself, then, you are worrying about the same thing for your children. It has no end until you decide to break it. But to be honest, what you are fearing right now is a privilege. Are you afraid of failing in your school? And it's a privilege because you got a chance to study. The fear comes from having an opportunity to change and improve. So fear is a sign that you are in a position where you can work towards your success, and that itself is a privilege. It keeps us alert, pushes us to do the work, and helps us to avoid the danger. We are careful while we are crossing the road because we have that fear within ourselves. But if the fear grows beyond that limit, it can ruin your life. Imagine living each and every day in the fear of failure, which has a high potential of killing your happiness. I used to have a huge amount of fear of failure. As I mentioned in my previous video, when I was in school, I was an above average kid. I just always had good opinion, I always got good grades, and I got the title of good kid. But after college, that title really drained me because I chose a completely different path after college. So after that, the fear of failure crept in my mind. But I don't want to keep that. So I decided to change that. So I took my journal and asked myself a lot of questions. Like, what's your goal, and do you really want to get back where you come from, and why you choose this path. And like this, I asked myself a lot of questions, and I find out what's the real reason behind the fear of failure. That's money. That's the only reason I want to get back there. And it's true that we work hard to earn money that give us power, freedom, and flexibility. But almost every single person in this world, they put money first before everything. Sometimes even our mental health, physical health, or relationship comes after that. But you cannot lead a good life without the balance of these three things: the health, the money, and the relationship. So setting one aside is not a good choice. And I realized that this is something that really gives me a sense of purpose. I'm someone who always tries to bring purpose in everything I do. So I realized that okay, I have to focus on this. This is what I really want. So find out what is the real reason behind this fear of failure. There is a famous quote by Sydney Banks. If the only thing people learned was not to be afraid of the experience, that alone would change the world. We are too afraid of the experience, specifically new experience. We always prefer safe over our happiness. But most of the struggle that comes from what we will go through rather than the experience itself. New experience often bring uncertainty, and questioning them or fearing the failure can limit the growth. If people stop being afraid of their emotions, challenges, and fear of failure, it can help them to grow. New experience give us new perspective and educate us about new things. Each experience make you strong and help you to live your life or face your life ahead. The fear comes from we assume the things based on the previous experience, or we compare our journey with someone else. Sometimes you compare yourself with a successful person, and sometimes you compare yourself with a failed person. Either way, you will find a reason to worry. Our brain has this tendency to focus on the negatives rather than focusing on the positive side. Most of the time, we are too blind to see our blessings. Realize that the possibility for both good things and bad things are equal. You will get what you focus on. Don't get a wrong idea. Never ever numb your emotion. While you are numb your emotion, you are just distracting, and it will resurface when you get a small trigger. You can use your journal to resolve these emotions. Writing down what on your mind will help you to untangle the thoughts in your brain. Writing will give you a chance to let it all out without the fear of judgment. And while you have pent up emotions in your mind, that may create assumptions that may not accurate. So change your perspective about failure. If you're working towards something, you have to face this. This is another phase of success. It's true that you will never be truly happy, but that shape you, that challenges that shape you. So this is all about fear of failure. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you find it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.